AKG. Okay, the microphone works again. Hooray! But Illustrator is broken. Why? It's very strange. I don't understand why. So we're just going to close it again and try reopening Illustrator and hoping for the best, because you're meant to load it in administrator mode when you're working with OBS, and usually that's fine, but it seems that today it's not fine. Which is not helpful at all. Okay. There it is. Yes. Okay, so we've got that fixed then. Hooray! All better. Very, very good. Finally. Okay, well, hello. I hope everyone's doing all right. It's been quite an interesting week. I've been very busy, unfortunately. I had yet another idea, which is not helpful. I have enough to do. So let's just try to get some people in here really quickly with our link. It's time for more MBMBAM drawing, and maybe I'll do a bit on a new Fallout project if there's time. So we're just going to repost because I've already done all that last week. And let's be very honest, people don't seem to come from my social media. It's generally only people who have been following for any length of time and know my schedule and come to play along, which is marvelous. But obviously it's not super helpful when I'm trying to drum up more followers, but it's okay. It's what it's. Fortunately, I've been too busy to actually do very much posting, so finding all those on my socials was very easy. So tonight I've been doing a lot in Illustrator this week, so I've got to figure out where this is going to be in my streaming stuff, one-offs, MBMBAM, as my little Lord birthday, silly image, and here are the boys. Now we were going to turn this into a poster, so let's change the artboard size first There are, what's a good, it doesn't need to be a huge poster. We'll just say like a tabloid size. And we want that to be portrait. And we're going to group all these, even though that's going to wreck our layers. You know, actually, maybe I undo that. Maybe rather than grouping it, maybe can we join them all together, all the different groups, all the layers I mean? That would be really nice. Let's see if we can't just keep them all together. We don't want to lock them, we just want to, oh, you know, I could do create a new layer and put everything in it. Will that work? Yes, yes it does. Okay, very good. No, I wonder, I don't, see here's the thing. Okay, that did it, good. However, Travis and Griffin are in the wrong place. So this way we don't lose anything if it should be. That's not going to work, is it? I'm still just going to have to select them all. Okay. I will make it smaller. I'm still going to have to group it in order to do anything like centering or whatever, which is going to be horrific. Okay. So I thought it needs a tornado, which is, I've got one saved. I found a clip art sort of tornado. And we may go with that and we may not. We may go with we may use this as like an example, and then okay, I guess we're not placing that then. Okay, let's make a different layer for whatever else we're going to do, and I guess we're placing it because, alright, so it's cheesy and silly, but I like it. And I'm being very honest here, I forgot to go back and listen to the episode, so I don't actually remember why there's a tornado in this post. I know there was some very good reason that they had a tornado. I know that they were escaping a tornado or something. But it's going to be in the background. Let's lock that so we don't mess something up. Just temporarily. It should be behind them for sure. Leave it there. Does it need to be quite that big? Maybe it could be a little bit smaller. It's farther away and they're trying to escape it. Perhaps. We'll see. I don't know. It's all just very silly anyway. Nothing makes sense, and that's just fine. Right, so we're gonna need to pick a cool font. Thunder Drive. I like that as one word. I don't think it was meant to be, but I prefer it as one word, so that's what it's gonna. It does not go with Travis. It goes by itself. Get up there. And I think because it's a year name and the 20 implies 2000, we're going to put a dash on it. Obviously this is not the font we're choosing. I don't care for it. Faster. I can't remember. I don't think you're meant. No, you don't capitalize any of the and, but, the, than, that, all those. Okay, so for this one we're gonna boop, boop, boop. Now we need something that looks really fast. We want a fast looking font. And maybe we'll just move all this down after all. I have no idea what it should look like. I want it to be very bold and interesting, but also, yes, also make it go off the screen. That's what we want. I'm very choosy about fonts. What am I doing? I keep hitting this because I imagine that's where the end of the... I think I'll just use the scroll wheel instead. And that'll be better. Oh, I hate that one. Sometimes I have to pick fonts for specific jobs and then I just forget to delete them. That's a bit... I like the style of it, but it's not really giving me the sensation that I hate this. Can I wish I could lock this. There's probably a way that I'm gonna keep doing that all night, aren't I? I'm so upset. And usually I'll do fonts in Photoshop, so I can do like cool oh yes, Comic Sans. That's what we want. Actually, that'd be very funny just because I hate it so much. I know it's a very useful font. It's meant for people who have difficulty with reading and dyslexia and all that, and that's wonderful. I still find it ugly. I think that will be the faster than fear freehand there. But when I was a kid and I would be doing silly things or artwork in any other situation, you know, like for the family business or anything like that, I had such a tremendous font collection that our computer had difficulty loading them all. It was very bad. And I've been looking at the word 20 for so long at the moment that now it doesn't look like a real word. 20, it doesn't look real. Right, we're gonna center this to the page. The artboard, yes. That's pretty close, that's good. Thunder Drive. And we're gonna give it a white stroke outline. So it's pretty readable. And then we need something that looks fast. Something like I'm imagining like a Superman kind of font, something, you know, zoomy. And you know that out there somewhere there's a font that is called Zoomies and it's got like paw prints on it or something. Ah, yes, Christmas Snow. I said freehand something or other. It's got the vibe I want, but it's not really fast. It's just sort of... I want the font that they used for like the Veloster, which is another word I hate, but it's a nice car. Who makes that? Is that a... It's not a Kia. Who makes the Veloster? Who makes the Veloster? Google doesn't know anything. Oh, it's a Hyundai. Okay. So, Veloster font. What font do they use for the Veloster? I've had this very... Oh, I've had one recently that looked really good. Best so far, but still no name for the font yet. That's just an image. Okay. I know there's a font that looks very much like this because I used it. And Reddit is no help at all. So we're gonna go with opening this image and save it and go to what the font, because that will at least give us something that looks pretty close that I will like. Get past all the pop-ups and everything, which is the worst. Hello Crimson, how's it going? I'm looking for a font. I'm trying not to get lost down a rabbit hole. Upload an image. Do you lot ever have a word that you just hate? What's a word that you just can't stand the sound of? Veloster. I do not like it. Well, what the font is not working. It's giving me lots of Foundry names, but it's not letting me look at any of the actual letters. It's just giving me a bunch of 404 errors. Let's just try it again. We'll just see if it's not loading properly, or there's a whole bunch of different ones. Sofa Chrome Italic. Yeah, their stuff is just broken. Oh, it's an Adobe font. Oh, I do like that. It's pretty cool. %100% free. I like that. Okay. Well, it's not the font I wanted, but it's pretty good, so we're gonna go with it. because otherwise we're going to be here all night while I pick the perfect font, and that would be madness. So we're just going to move this to our project folder, because inevitably at some point I will uninstall the fonts or lose them when I'm forced to upgrade Windows or something like that, and it will be most annoying and I will be very upset. So I always save the fonts in my project folder so that they don't go away forever unintentionally. So we're going to change this to Sofa Chrome Metallic. Faster than fear. And I think we're just going to fill up the space. Just because this font is so wide. 20 Thunder Drive, faster than fear. Noom. And of course it's very simple. We need a good border for this. We need a good kind of vibey border for this, so that it looks more in keeping with the times. So what's a good that there were different things about the 1950s and that sort of era, and like different themes. There was the tiki theme, there was like the diner theme, and the nuclear theme, which came after the war. 50s borders. Some of these are quite good, and then sometimes you'll get one and it's like, that is clearly from the 1970s or whatever. These are all Shutterstock. I can't speak. Retro. Do we still have? No, I don't have a VecTZ account anymore. I didn't want to pay for it. Where'd my search window go? What war crimes are you committing? What are they? What have you done? I mean, War Thunder, okay. I was like, I know the name of the game, but I wasn't sure which one you were currently doing tonight. Okay, so let's instead, I need, I'll look through my Adobe stock for a good border instead, because I don't want to be here all night hunting for something that I really should have amassed a collection of by now, but evidently haven't done quite enough yet. Mainly because I'm a bit antsy to get to sketching this other thing. I was working in the lab late one night and had a very funny idea for some Fallout designs. And they're very simple and easy to do. And so I thought, well, this would be a good one to do. Why will you not load? It's being so slow. It's probably because my Adobe bill is due, but I've been waiting to do anything with it until it's absolutely necessary, and it may be time. It may be absolutely necessary now. Okay, well, I know I've got some vintage borders and that saved somewhere, but where did I save them? Probably nowhere easily accessible, because I'm sure that I found them and thought, oh, I'll keep these here where I know I'll use them, and then who knows where that actually went to. Okie dokie. Okay, let's look in here. Creative Cloud is taking longer than usual to load. I hadn't noticed. Relaunch. I think it's just gonna lock me out until I pay the bill. Which is fine. I get paid on Monday, so like it doesn't affect tonight, but it is annoying. Okay. Retro matte. Retro vintage. I don't know what a bundle file is. That's a retro pattern. I saved that in my normal stuff, so that doesn't help. Okay. It's none of these. Okay. There we go. Now it's going to search. Okay. It hasn't locked me out completely. It's just really slow. Retro border. There's a very particular style I'm looking for. Adobe stock assets and templates. Okay, here's one that's 70s. I don't need that. I need 1950s. View on Adobe stock. This is just gonna load heckin' Bing or whatever the new version of